Want to play some Steam games that got no money? Luckily for you, my friend, there is a wide plethora of free Steam games. But how do you know which ones are good and which ones are bad? Well, luckily, you have me. Today, I'm going to be separating the good stuff from the stuff made by people who only have two things: dreams and a room temperature IQ. That's a joke. I'm sure all these developers are very hardworking and passionate. Anyway, let's just get right into it. The first game up is Hunted Calibala, and it looks pretty good. I like the vibe. Out in the forest with your tools, fending off beasts that look straight out of American folklore. It seems like a pretty cool game. However, the reviews, they disagree, mostly negative. But hey, I'm not gonna let that deter me. Let's give it a go. I load into the game, and if you're familiar with this series, there's a pretty good looking main menu. It's simple and shows all it needs to show. I load into the game and scream like I've just been urethral sounded. No introduction, so I guess the story is told environmentally. I start going towards this burning house, and the owners, they weren't exactly in the best shape. I also realized for some reason I won't stop jacking off my invisible and it's getting kinda weird. Also, I'm just a massive pair of arms. That is it. I'm literally just two massive floating arms. But to be honest, that's about where all the interesting stuff ends. I spend the rest of this footage just stuck in a completely dark forest. And the lighting, oh my god, the lighting. My torch was 0, so the rest of this footage was literally just darkness. Once Upon a Time is a 2017 game with mostly negative reviews. You play as a young woman and she'd be like crazy. Magic. So filled to the brim with excitement, my heart full of glee and my arteries filled with fentanyl, I boot up Once Upon a Time and start a new game. I soon find out the camera in this game moves as fast as a snail in a wheelchair. So even after tweaking settings and cranking up my DPI all the way up, it still didn't feel like operating a magical girl. It felt more like an M4 Sherman. One thing I do like though is how fucking primal this woman is. From the way she runs to the fact that she climbs ladders like an actual gargoyle, it's just, I don't know, it does something to me. One thing leads to another and suddenly I'm facing off against this big ass spider. Luckily, Gargoyle Girl is fucking cold with it. I broke all 8 of this motherfucker's ankles. The jukes, the evades I was hitting, like bro, I made him tear his ACL, his NFL, his NBC, his BBC, his RDL, his IBS, his LG TV. This man was never walking again. However, he did eat me though, so I guess we're even. The next game is Ramayana, based on the Hindu epic of the same name. The game's graphics look a little dated, but if I'm gonna be honest, there's kind of a charm to it. It reminds me of those old Christian CGI movies from the early 2000s. No! You know the ones I'm talking about, except like Hindu. I find it charming. However, this animation of a deer running is probably the funniest thing I've ever seen. I like the guy's voice though, he sounds nice.
In a world where justice reigned over gold, and civilizations reached their pinnacle of ascendance, the great kingdom.
Anyway, the game seems nice. I'm definitely going into this with a positive attitude. I tried recording the game, but my computer just refused. So here's a cool monkey video instead to make up for it. Fall. Yeah, so in short, pretty rad game. I give it a... The next game is Valor Time, a medieval MMO. Released in 2015 to mixed reviews, I'm excited to see if this still has a player base, or if I'll just be left for a loading screen simulator. I load up the game and name myself the very mature name of Cum McDickard. I'm then informed I cannot name myself Cum McDickard. I then rename myself the Wholesome Guy and was allowed to play the game. I load in and finally get my first look. The graphics look pretty average for a mobile game, and I like the stylized UI with the gargoyle guy. I then start matchmaking and surprisingly find a new game instantly. Turns out this game still has a very active community. A war horn blows and I rush into battle with my fellow low poly paladins. We sprint through the field and take down this flag in some random wasteland, to which we are then rewarded by having our ears blasted out by the loudest fucking sound to ever exist. After going through that another 2 times, we finally spot the enemy team. I rush in courageously, cause surely no attack they can do can cause more damage to me than this game has to my fucking ears. Seriously, all I could hear was ringing for like the next 5 minutes. Besides from that, the combat was kinda fun. It is my first ever game and I'm pretty sure there's no tutorial, or at least none that I could see. So the combat was literally just walking backwards and clicking. But I don't know, it felt kinda cool, just having all the other characters fighting around you and stuff. But after a bit, it kinda just got tedious, so I left the game. The next game up is Sludge Life, the Big Mud Sessions. Technically, this is a small segment of a bigger game, the demo of Sludge Life 2. But I haven't played any of the Sludge Life games, and I want an excuse to check this out, so I'm gonna play it. The game opens, and immediately you can tell that it's full of personality and style. From what I was able to piece together, you're a manager in the music industry. And in this demo, you're in the studio. One of your clients is about to record, but he can't sing without his cigarettes. So it's your job to look around the studio and try to find some. While looking for the cigarettes, you can talk to different people around the studio. I found the dialogue rather interesting. They feel very human despite, their looks. I won't spoil much more because I want you to try out this demo yourself. It's a really fun, goofy and stylized game, and now I'm definitely gonna consider getting the full thing. There's even pissing mechanics, and you can give this cat a cigarette. I think for that one simple fact alone, this is easily a 10 out of 10 game. The next game up is Obama Maze, a 3D horror experience with the former United States President Barack Obama. It's a psychological horror, and to be honest, as I was reluctant to play this one, my hands were shaking, a single bead of sweat dripped down my balls. I was scared. No, not just scared, horrified. But I mustered up what bravery I could inside of me, and I pressed download. The game finally boots up, and I'm met with a deeply ominous, eerie opening. I decided to try out the 2022 Halloween event. I start off in a forest where I then see a jack-o'-lantern. I opened the door where I'm then meeted with Obama, offering me a fine stew. We then eat it and it's a good time. Yeah, the Halloween event was pretty chill, so time to try out the actual game. You start off in a maze, desperately trying to look for a way out. You escape by collecting these triangular Obamas, but doing so will cause the larger Obama to chase you. Truly some riveting next-gen gameplay. I collect my first Obamium, then alt-tab to check my recording. A fatal error. Because you see, doing this... I think I just pooped my pants a little bit. I load into another map and I'm on the forest. This is pretty scary. This is like Slenderman if he is awesome. I'm gonna be honest, this was mostly just a walking simulator. That was until I found my first Obamium. This caused you to then enter the most heart-pounding, cock-throbbing, adrenaline-pumping chase of my entire life. This game truly is a dramatic masterpiece. A marvel of what gaming is capable of. The next game up is probably the biggest on the list, CS2. Yup, CS2D, a top-down version of Counter-Strike. I haven't tried it yet, but it's free and it looks fun. Don't think I need much more explaining, it's just Counter-Strike, but from the top down. For me, the game was permanently windowed. However, the text effects were really cool, so that makes up for it. I decided to name myself after my villainous alter ego, the Cum Jizzler, a name that strikes fear into the hearts of people around the globe. Once you see the Cum Jizzler has joined your game, you know the day of reckoning has arrived. Also, wow, this website looks old. Oh yeah, I was also listening to Mao Zedong propaganda music before this, and because the game is permanently windowed, you're gonna have to watch this footage with Mao Zedong looking over you. Look at him, his little head peeping over the window, looking over my game, guiding my bullets to Western enemies. The Cum Jizzler's greatest accomplice. As for the game itself, if I had to describe the gameplay, it's kind of like Counter-Strike if it was top down. Yeah, that's pretty much it, just Counter-Strike but top down. I'm not sure what else I expected. The next game up is Dinosaurs, a prehistoric adventure. In this game, you can play as 15 different dinosaurs, and that's really fucking cool. It has mixed reviews and came out in 2017. However, it has dinosaurs, so it has to be good. I boot up the game, and I load myself in as the Apalachilosaurus. The second I was born into this world, I was given one purpose: defeat all mutant dinosaurs. So of course I set out on my courageous crusade with great fervor. I immediately got folded like a lawn chair. I kinda have no idea how this game works at all. I'm entirely just winging it. However, it has awesome dinosaurs, The next game I wanted to try out was Roller Riot, and to be honest, I'm pretty excited for this one. Ever since I was a wee fetus baby, I've loved beat-em-ups. One of my earliest gaming memories was my brother letting me play Castle Crashers on his PS3, and since then I've really liked beat-em-ups. Along with that, I really like cybernetic neon aesthetics, and this game is both. So yeah, I'm actually pretty hyped to try this one out. The gameplay is very simple, but I find it very fun. It's all based around timing. You have enemies and skateboards and rollerblades coming at you from left and right. You have to react fast enough so that once the target appears in their head, you click the direction they are with the arrow keys. If you do it too early, you're stunned for a few seconds. If you do it too late, they hit you. And consistently getting a streak fills your combo meter. Once your combo meter fills, it makes it so everyone has a target, and you just go like completely crazy. It feels good just to get a massive streak while there's a bunch of enemies on screen, filling that combo meter and then just going absolutely fucking ballistic. A very simple game, but a very fun one. One negative though, on all the menu screens you have no cursor, so you kinda just have to guess or frantically click everywhere hoping you hit the button you want. But to follow up with a positive, I really like the art. It's nice, it's appealing on the eyes. I definitely recommend you try this one out. It's fun and free. So that was it. Those were the games. I had some really good ones this episode. At the very least, they were just okay. If you liked anything you saw, go check it out on Steam. They're all free, and they're all pretty good, I guess. Even with the magical girl one, you can just absolutely violate that spider on the court. Just completely cross him up. So yeah, I guess that's it. Go check out the Discord server if you want to see cool pictures of wizards. Okay, well, see ya.